careful. We could only liberate them from their power, right? But
we're under attack. Help me.
Okay, so I'm not getting the first turn. Yikes.
Fight your way to the portal. I need your help.
So I guess like just spending a level 2 spell slot is actually better than using my resources, other resources. So the charm actually prevents him from... Okay.
I'm here. Help me. I'm under attack.
And since I'm doing this once a year, after this I think I have the time I want to prepare for the other fight, if I remember correctly. So 85% hit chance on armor class 17. I think the others have a slightly higher armor class. So maybe hitting the targets with Ray of Frost is going to be possible. Let me just shoot her once. 19 damage. And why does everything freeze up? Flames of the Phoenix. So that's the Ember. And the High Gish, I think, has whole person, right? I think that. Okay, so that was with my. So did I position myself in a bad place? I did. Okay, so that's good to know. So that was with the Catholic Shield. So that's with the save, that's 8d6 divided by 2, that's 11, and with the save, that's 6 fire damage. And then she deals additional psionic empowerment. Okay, fair enough. That's something else. Am I alone? Yes, I'm alone. Okay. Then I need to remember my meta magic stuff, saving throw disadvantage, bonus action to cast extra damage spells quickly. That could be very strong. Twin spell is very strong. Extended spell is pretty good. If I want to cast water, for instance, and take a turn to do that. Okay, I guess I'm just taking a beating here because I think I have the short rest option available to me after this. At least that's what I'm hoping. I think I'm actually going to go all out defensive here.
It's not over. Come to the skull.
Okay.
Hurry! I can't hold them back alone.
And I know I'm probably not in a hurry and this doesn't change anything, but this is just making me relax a little more. So with the twin spell though, the hit rate is so poor. I really don't like the hit rate. I really don't like it. I like the option of being able to misty step and do stuff a lot more.
I need you now.
And I think they are going to be opening the fight. So if I'm just casting this, it's not going to do much, but it's going to annoy, I think, the... ...20 turns.
The skull. Come to the skull.
This is not going to be an action anyway, so this is not going to make any sense. So pre-buffing this, I guess, and maybe even just
Help me.
something like you can go down there. Where is the shield? Not wearing a shield is bad no matter what. There it is.
Destroy the god.
Alright. Okay. Third in position. So the prelate is doing his thing and Highgate is doing something else, right? They're fighting these guys for now. .98 hit points. The Ember is... Alright. Okay, the Ember's up here, and the Shadow guy is up here. And those are both going to go straight for me, I'm pretty certain. And right now my entourage is very much behind me. Probably I'm going to position this here to see if I can't draw a little aggro from that one. And then I think perhaps... Oh, I forgot to buff my Armor of Agathis. Probably upcasting. I'm actually a little bit uncertain because I can't burst these two guys down. That's not going to happen. I can't kill any of these guys immediately. That's not going to happen. So casting water on all of them would be pretty strong. If I could get just like one turn of power with water and Cone of Cold, I think that could do a lot of damage to them. I think that maybe I need to spend the turn to do an ice storm around here just to deal a little bit of damage to them, create some radiant orbs, and also maybe get them to slip or stuff. So I think that's how I'm going to spend my first turn. And then run back. Or I need to haste and do the same thing and run back. I'm not going to get 5 full turns of, even 6 full turns of super damage spells anyway. That's not going to happen. A little bit annoyed about the armor of Agathis actually. I think that's among one of the stronger item actions, but like haste is a little bit scary with all of the stuff that they have available to them. And if I run back here, I need to run very far back, because otherwise I run the risk of them doing stuff to me. I think that's what I need to do no matter what. I don't think there's any way around it. Okay. Let me just see if I can't do anything here. Bonus action. So I just need to prepare for one good turn next turn. I think I still want to do this. Let me just see how far I can get back. This should be far enough, right? I'm just hoping. Zero damage. Okay, good to know, good to know. So 0 damage, and that's because of... Okay, and this is a passive feature that works all of the time, but this is dexterity saving throws, and that's very important because the Cone of Cold is a constitution saving throw. So that's not that big of a deal potentially. 16 constitution. 16. 16 and... So 16 constitution, they're not proficient. So I'm assuming if I can manage to get them grouped up, like with what I'm talking about with the with the wet spell, and I can wet them, I basically have two actions because I have my meta magic feats, 2 actions with the quicken spell to dump 2 Cone of Colds on them. And I'm assuming that 2 Cone of Cold with the wet condition on is going to kill, if not all of them, then most of them. That's my assumption. So I'm going to run away. I don't know how far I need to go. Can they get to me? They can, right? They can get to me. If I run all the way up here, am I going to be in danger of being pushed off? I mean, at this point, I could also be pushed off. Yeah, I know they will. I only have the problem is I only have 2 summons at the current state, and I didn't even buff them up really properly because yeah. But I only have 2 summons, and one of them has a low initiative. I'm just wondering if this guy, if he can astral step down here and then run here and then push me. And if I need to go all the way up to the edge, if I can stand up here without him pushing me. maybe it's even safer to go in here somewhere and just, you know, there's one round of the Emperor drawing attention from one of them. There is these guys doing something and probably not even running towards me. I'm pretty certain at least one of them is going to go for me. And right now I'm in range of my shovel, so what I think is going to happen is this guy is going to astral step here, he's going to run, and he's going to fireball me and shovel, which I'm okay with. And then the shadow guy probably is going to jump and fight the Emperor, is what I'm expecting. The Emperor is going to do jack all, and these two guys are going to get, this guy is going to get up and probably hit these guys, and this one is also going to, and they just had that turn, so they'll be spending that turn on it. I don't think, the only thing I don't want to happen is it's getting pushed off this round, which I'm going to take my chance. I don't think that's going to. Oh, is it? Alright. At this point I'm happy I didn't go all the way back. The lucky stun. The lucky stun. The lucky, goddamn lucky stun. Okay, so this is a little bit annoying. Now I have the gish, and I took a lot of damage. Oh, I did I? I'm a lethargic, so that's bad. When did that happen? When did that happen? Is that game over? Then I should have blinked away. Oh, shit. Okay, I see what's happening. Okay, so apparently they have two different caster. They're not exactly aligned with the monks, the monk class subclasses, not entirely. So both of them have some kind of pushing attack or something. That sucks. So am I going to be able to do this, or is this GG? I'm prone again. I'm fucking prone again. But I'm not losing my turn though. This is not looking good. Yeah. I know that. Yeah, because this is untested waters for me. I just need to set over a cup of coffee. Yeah. Yeah. Everything with the Emperor, everything can happen, good or bad. But I'm in a situation where I'm below half HP. I don't think I can withstand like a barrage from these guys. So, and I need to deal with this one very quickly. And I'm even unsure if... And I made that decision about... Is this a situation where I just need to push like a very strong spell, just extremely offensively, and just accept the fact that it's very expensive, but I have to do it? That's what this feels like. Feels like I need to push a Cone of Cold with... And I don't know if I already had... no, this guy hasn't had any kind of saving throw thing, I think. So if I spend 3 sorcery points... Yeah, I need to see if I can't blow this guy out of the water this turn. It needs to go to 14 hit points. And if I'm pushing a Constitution saving throw spell on him with disadvantage, there's a high chance that it's this, like, let's just, if this doesn't work. Yeah, definitely. But at this point, yeah, for sure. Like, but at this point, if I knew that I could kind of position myself so that I could buy myself like one good round of action, then probably I would want to do that. But right now, I need to kill this guy, I think, and then kind of see if I can't get my composure here. Because I mean, if I have turns, if I have 2 turns, for instance, I can cast like stuff like the Armor of Agathis to help me out. I can cast a mirror image as well, so that both of those are going to help me out in the short term here. But in order to do anything really here, I feel like I need to kill this guy, and I need to make a very aggressive attempt to do so, which I think I'm going to do now. This is very expensive. That didn't do exactly what I wanted it to do. And also, I don't know what these guys, if these guys are going to go for me this turn. And even if they're not... This is a very expensive action. Well, I mean, I can't be here. I can't be in this position. And this guy apparently is proving to be particularly obnoxious with his shit. I can't move here. I can't move anywhere because I'm going to be pushed off the edge. So that's non-negotiable. I need to go straight. I need to go to him. To him or even further in, and no matter what, none of the options seem very good at the moment. I know that these guys can be pushed off the edge, but that also seems like a bad idea. How is a tactical retreat? Is that just like a shit show? Because if I tactical retreat to any of these locations, it's a bad idea. So I need to, I think this turn is what determines if I'll die or not. Either I go towards him, either I close the gap and see if I can't prevent him from doing his knock off routine. If I go here, for instance, is that going to be good enough? 5 meters. This is 5 meters. And there's ice on the ground. So will that prone me if I go through? I have no clue. 5 meters. So if I go here, 5 meters, is that going to be, let's see, 5 meters? Is that going to push me off the edge? Nope. No. So the question is, I have spell slots. It's not a spell slot issue. Do I aggressively move towards the others? Because that's bad. If I try to move away, I'm certain he can close the gap and he can push me off with his techniques. I'm just going to check what this is. It's a key spender, and it spends. Let's just see how much it spends. I think it's only 1 point or something. It's 2 key points, and he's level what? He's level 9. So he has a lot of key points. He has like 5 key points left at least. So that's not going to be anything I can count on. What are you saying, Druide? If you move away from Emperor 1, yeah, which also dooms the run. Yeah. So the question here is, if I let's say because it is what it is. No haste in round 1. Fair enough. Now I know. That's not a mistake I'm going to do again without a lot of summons. Because that's practically like 1 turn of lethargic was practically... That was not good. Yeah, but the offensive Misty Step is going to move me in around us. And hopefully that's going to provoke the Fireball guy to cast a Fireball, if you have any left. And that involves me in the fight. My problem is this guy. I have no idea how much damage he's going to do. That's one thing. And then if any of these decide to go for me, that's a problem. And so the Zephyr up here has turns before, but then the Emperor has turns. And if I'm really unfortunate, this guy is going to fly somewhere and these 2 guys are going to beeline me and kill me. But then again, that can't be helped. So that's the risk that I'm running. So even no matter where I position myself, it's going to be a shit show. Probably I should have cast invisibility, to be fair. Last round. I should have cast invisibility and repositioned. But whatever. So, but if I go forward, I think that's going to be extremely dangerous no matter what. If I go back in any way, and I know that is going to take me out of the fight. But if I go back, he's going to run, because he has unlimited movement. He's going to run, he's going to jump, and then he's going to push me off the edge, and I'm going to die. So that's not going to work. Yes, but I was just considering the other options. But I'm pretty certain that if I go back, I'm going to die, no matter what. And even if I'm going to die no matter what. No. But regardless if the Emperor will sustain or not, I won't sustain a single turn with damage from these guys. But I need to go in and see what happens. Good luck, have fun. He's just unhinged. She's unhinged. Yeah, I know the Emperor. I can't let the Emperor die. That's not what I'm. That's not the discussion here. The discussion is, am I going to die myself? Which I am. No. But he has a lot more staying power than I do. And then it's over. Damn it. Then it's over. That's it. No haste. No haste. No haste. Yeah, I'm not surprised. This is exactly what I expected would happen. The problem is, yeah, the Emperor will die and I die, but the problem is that I can't go back. If I try to go back, I die as well. So the problem here was that I was underprepared. I needed more pre-buffs. This is basically what happens when you take like 1.5 weeks of break from doing something which is extremely dangerous. But like the haste was bad and the pre-buffing was not good enough. Yeah. So I die first round because the pushing attack also prone you. I didn't know it proned me. I thought it just gave a knockback. So it also prones you. And it does, and even better, it ignores my my mirror images. So basically, the attack ignores everything. It's just a strength check, which I'm not very good at. So this is a very difficult encounter, for sure. If you have summons, I mean, even with the lucky stun from the Emperor, I don't know what I should have done much differently. I mean, I needed more buffs. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean the problem is action economy. I can't haste because they will prone me and I will be lethargic. So haste is not an option. That was like learning number one. Is that haste only works if you know that they can't reach you. And they can reach you like always. So haste is very dangerous. And the turn order. So that was part of the problem. Yeah, maybe turn order makes a difference. But even then, the dangerous Gith for me in this case wasn't really the prelate and his friend. The dangerous Gith were the ones that do the CC. And this Zephyr apparently is the one that I need to look out for. The other one apparently only has the elemental skills. Would other yeah, the problem here is if let's say that I would have been able to I could let's say so probably now that I'm now I'm unhappy that I'm not going to be able to try this out. But now that I'm thinking about it, would what I could have done here, which would have been a much better idea in retrospect, would have been to Misty Step into the middle. Of course, with all my buffs. Misty Step into the middle and just get them all together and just wet and Cone of Cold them. And then just take one round of pounding and then go for the kill. This is, in retrospect, I know this is also dangerous, but in retrospect, this is so stupid. So if I jump in, if I Misty Step into the middle, and I have my meta magic point, so I can bonus action cast heavy spells. I can wet and Cone of Cold all of them in one turn when they get down there. If I'm lucky that they don't all just gang up on me, you never know what happens, right? And then I also have the orbs. God damn it, that would have been a million times better idea. That one, I played that like an idiot. And maybe the stun, right? But that was horrendous. And I kind of had that idea that the second that the first guy stunned me, I was like, shit, this is not going to work. Yeah, I know, and I could also use like haste potions and stuff, but I don't use any consumables at all to help me out. So I know that there are options. Like the haste spell is one of the worst spells in the game if you consider the haste potion. But damn it, I really wanted to have seen what would have happened, because playing up until this point takes fucking 40-50 hours. And it's just getting to that point where you can do the thing, you forget about the thing, and this is basically like, because I was thinking, you know, the last two times that I've been fighting the monks, it hasn't been this bad. Like it's been, yeah, they are potentially dangerous and whatnot, but like it solves itself with damage and whatnot. But this character has no single target throughput at all, like in comparison with the warlock, for instance. And the warlock has like 3 or 4 summons, like at least 2 or 3 more summons, right? Yeah, it's 3 more summons: Cambion, Earth Elemental, and another guy. Like 3 more summons to take attention away from him. Yeah, but really, you had a lot more sustain, right? You have a lot more armor class. You have a lot more ability to kind of deal with those kind of situations where you can handle that stuff. But like the mentality of going into this fight as the frost sorceress, like no matter if you use healing potions or other consumables or whatnot, right? Let's just no matter what kind of rule set you're running, with this kind of character, I mean, I could make up for those really shitty situations with drinking some potions, and then, you know, maybe just kind of getting into it and making it work anyway. But really breaking the encounter, I need to think a lot more like, you know, point blank is the best place to be in this particular situation, because the ice storm is worthless. The Cone of Cold is practically the only spell that really deals any damage. I mean, the Ray of Frost, yes, sure, it deals a little bit of damage, but it's not very strong. It doesn't hit a lot. With the Arcane Blessing, maybe a little bit, but still, it's not very good. But 1 or 2 Cone of Colds into that chunk of monks with a wet condition is going to kill them. Yeah. It's definitely what it is, right? If I could, yeah, for sure. Let's consider if I had rolled high on my Cone of Cold versus the Zephyr, and he would have died. Then I would still be in a situation where I had like 30 hit points and needed to deal with the other guys, and I need to spend at least a full turn casting Armor of Agathis, all kinds of shit. Yeah, that was a calculation, like a very bad calculation. But I was at half movement, and I was like, what am I going to do? But there could also be a situation where, for instance, like in the first turn, that the Zephyr would have been in front of me in the turn order and gone straight for me and pushed me back, let's say. And then I would still be in a situation with half movement and having to close in on everybody, and being at health. I would still be in a bad position. But even then, I think a Misty Step into the mix and being in there, I think it's very. If I need to theorize, like very, like put it into a very, in one simple sentence, this encounter is if you are in any way a little bit of an underdog. Not if you're a Gloomstalker assassin or something. That's not what we're talking about. If you're in a situation where you're just a little bit of an underdog, you need to clear up one thing. Do I need to be in the middle? Or do I need to be far away? Because it's one of the two. That half-assed shit is going to get you killed for sure. Or at least in a bad position. One of them fell prone. One of them fell prone, yeah. Yeah. Like, no doubt. But this is the question I needed to ask myself before going into this. Is where do I want to be? And I think that I wanted that situation where I move in and I just, front load all over the place. But I never got that chance. So another thing that I could have done was the invisibility spell. Move in, wait for the right moment, and then attack. That's that Sunfire. I looked at that, and that might have been a situation, but a possibility. But the amount of movement points that I had left, I kind of calculated that the angle was not going to work. But I could have tried that. But then if that failed, for sure he could have knocked me off the edge. But yes, that's not impossible. Yeah, but that's the game. That's the game. That's the game. There's always something that you didn't expect. Expect at least one thing every encounter. One thing. Expect one thing that you didn't know. One thing that's going to surprise you. Does it? It does create the icy surface. Yeah, sure. That's also a thing. Yeah, that's also a detail. No, I don't. I didn't have. I couldn't both Misty Step and Repulsor. I didn't have that action. So it's either Misty Step or Repulsor. And the problem was that I couldn't move close enough to him next turn. Yeah, but there was no next turn. But yeah. 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 But perhaps. Yeah, I have no idea how these guys, how they. But this is the funny thing about this. Like, yeah, it sucks that I died. Whatever. Let's move on. But the funny thing about this is that this encounter is, I think most people kind of, oh, the monks, right? We need to do the monks. And either you have something really OP going for you, where it doesn't matter. The monks, it doesn't matter. They just die no matter what. But, like, if you don't have that, something that, like, always works, this encounter is so gimmicky. Which is why I spent so much thought process into what is it that the different monks do. And then I thought that the one that does the Zephyr Punch is the same one that does the fire stuff, and now I remember, no, those are separate for the Githyankis. So that's something you just have to know. Like, basically one guy killed me here. One guy, and it's like the easiest of the four guys, maybe, or maybe not the easiest, but I think the one with the fewest hit points. Telekinesis, yeah. Cool. That sounds cool. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't hesitate for 1 second of using like stuff like telekinesis in this fight. Not for 1 second. Yeah. This is basically a fight where what matters is can you get one of them, can you either take one of them out really quickly, or otherwise get in the effing mix into the middle and, you know, do some AoE. Yeah. But the major problem with this is that I need to probably clip this also with the stuff that I'm discussing and then rewatch that clip before going in again, because it was super annoying that I didn't remember about the dexterity saving throw stuff for the monks. That sucked. I'm actually wondering if I could redo this and I would have used invisibility and moved in. And then they're going to spend 1 turn just connecting with the intellect devourers. Would that have been a very strong setup for Cone of Cold, I wonder? I need to be in the fight ASAP. I need if I can get all of them together, that's strong. Probably. Okay, so last thing before I click the main menu button. How would having access to all of the sorcerer's spells and skills, how would that have been any different? How would access to all of the sorcerer's skill arsenal, how would that have made a difference here? Would it have would that have made any difference at all? Having access to all of the sorcerer skills? Because I don't think so. I don't think so. The firewall, no. Fireball, no. Also a dexterity saving throw, by the way. Yeah, sure, stuff like the Scorching Ray, for instance, is particularly strong with a high attack roll. So the Scorching Ray could have burned down that guy, I think. 2 times Scorching Ray. I think it's going to... Do I have telekinesis? But that's a level. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, in fact? Because that would be fair enough for Elsa. Like telekinesis? Jesus Christ, man, you're right. I think I wrote it off because I chose Cone of Cold at level 9, and then at level 10 I did something else. But I think the reason why I wrote the telekinesis spell off is because I've always viewed it as shit. It's a strength save. I can't tell how much strength these guys have. But isn't... Yeah, of course I can use meta magic point to increase. Oh, Emperor Stun. Yeah, but you know, Tweeted, this is the hello, Bobski. This is the problem here, because because the whole thing is like the fight was over in turn 1, right? The fight was over in the beginning of round 2. The fight was basically over because I was lethargic and everything was fucked at that point. And I didn't have the movement to go all the way into the middle. I didn't have the hit points to survive anything. Everything was fucked. So I have to get into position before I can really, you know, consider those things. So the setup here fucked me. I need to relax. I need to buff the things I need to buff, and then I need to move in. But the telekinesis is definitely interesting, and I mean, I think I have at least one spell slot that I can dedicate to that. And I think like even you can even spend your actions just casting Armor of Agathis just to keep the fight going. That's basically a healing spell. But you need the concentration, right? You need the concentration to be here. But it's the. But yeah. Yeah, I'm using Warcaster feat anyway. Yeah. Definitely. So lesson learned here is the monks. First thing to consider: am I going into the middle or not? With Shadowheart, I knew I had to go into the middle. I knew I had to just go in and face tank them because I needed radiating